This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group which runs from lesson 311 through lesson 320, each of which relates to the last judgment as understood in the course. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 311 through 320, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further comments are provided in the description below. In the course, the last judgment does not refer to a fearful event. It is redefined to be the happy end to the false perception of the illusion. The introduction, which precedes these 10 lessons, concludes with the following paragraph, quote, "This is God's final judgment. You are still my holy Son, forever innocent, forever loving, and forever loved, as limitless as your Creator, and completely changeless and forever pure. Therefore, awaken and return to me. I am your Father, and you are my Son." End quote. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 317, November 13. I follow in the way appointed me. I recall the awe that I felt the first time I read in the course that there was a special role that only I could fill. Of course there is. Only I can allow myself to wake up. The ego reads about the special role and immediately thinks itself special. The ego is not. The ego is only continued sleep. Only I can decide to abandon the hopeless task of reforming the world and every person in it to my liking. Quote, "Father, your way is what I choose today." End quote. The title of today's lesson is I Follow in the Way Appointed Me. The way appointed me is the way appointed you as well. It is simply to wake from the illusion of a small personal will to the truth of our real self. Yes, your personal will is different from mine, but they are both illusions, just different ones. There is a will, our true will, that we share, the one self, the Christ consciousness, the Son of God. It is to our true will that we need to wake. The first step is to realize that for our entire lives up to this point, we have been struggling from a stunted and limited view of what and who we are. We were wrong. As often as you can, and in every circumstance and situation in which you remember, remind yourself that your small will, your ego, is not the real you. This small bit of awareness is all it takes for your real self, the one self we all share, to wake. When you remember that you are not your small self, the waking to the one self happens by itself. No strain is required. Your real self is, and always has been, there, just waiting for the loud imposter, the hungry and clamoring ego, to be quiet. Once awake, you will be shown what to do and where to go. As today's prayer tells us, quote, "Father, your way is what I choose today. Where it would lead me, do I choose to go. What it would have me do, I choose to do. Your way is certain, and the end secure." End quote.